All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Nancy Rebecca. Welcome to my channel. We have lots to talk about today. So, I'm calling this talk When Earth Enters the Portal, the Global Passage. So, it is very exciting because we are right in the midst of the big shifts that we've been talking about. So, hello everyone. I've been seeing, hi, Kingston, Canada. That's a new one. Hello from the Netherlands and Edmonton. Oh, thank you about this color. Yeah, I mean, we are in the blue, correct? Hello from New Zealand and Colorado and from the Midwest and from Rogers, Arkansas. So, let me go ahead and jump in. So on March 29th, 2025, the Earth will pass through a portal that is so massive, it will envelop the entire planet in its dimensional field. And this, according to Nancy, it's always important that you get your own information, but this is the sense that I'm picking up, and I would really love it if anybody else would share what you're picking up. But this is not a metaphor. It's not imagination. This is a galactic level frequency shift, and we are all a part of it. So what is a portal? What's the difference between a wormhole and a consciousness gateway? Why are people waking up to new timelines, remembering forgotten knowledge, and sensing that something huge is about to happen, or as I would say, is already happening? Today, we're going to talk about the portal, the purging, the truth, and the light body that is activating inside of you. The time has come. You are coming online. So, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Woo, there's a lot of you posting. So wonderful. Hello from Sweden and Pennsylvania. And yes, I tend to have a lot to smile about, which I do. The first question that I want to ask before I jump into all this, how's everyone sleeping? So just to let you know, my little perky self has been up since 1:30 this morning. And last night, 1:30, and the night before 1:30, and the night before that 1:30. The difference is those other nights I was eventually able to go back to sleep after a couple of hours, but this morning to last night that wasn't happening. So I have heard from many of you that are struggling to sleep, and then I have others of you that are totally exhausted. Now, if you'll remember, last week we talked about rest, or maybe it was a couple of weeks ago, that this is a time, if you're feeling sleepy, you are vibrationally coming online. If you've been in the background of your life, you are stepping in the foreground of your life, and your body is trying to integrate as fast as its little feet can carry it into these new frequencies, these new dimensions. So I'm going to share with you today what the massive amount of information that I'm picking up. I'm only going to be able to address little parts of it because, we all have to go to work and have things to do. But before I do that, I do want to mention I've been hearing from a lot of you about joining me on the 29th. So I do want to let you know that we have, what am I calling it? A portal. All right. We have a portal online that has all the information on it, from the equinox and additional meditation, the links to joining me on Saturday. So I just want to let you know that you kind of get that full package. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, it was too late to sign up, but it's not too late. And clearly my cameras are going off outside, making that little ding. So I just want to let you know it's not too late. And let's say that you still didn't make it on the 29th. It's still not too late because all the recordings will be within that portal through my website. So I've included the link here for that. The other thing that I want to mention is blue light. I'm wearing blue today, but blue light meditation is the top of the line, the cream on the top. That's going to help you to really integrate. And so I've included the at the bottom under here is also a link to blue light teaching and a blue light guided meditation. You've also heard me talking about these kind of instantaneous awakenings to your intuition or your psychic ability, which is just a little bit more precise than intuition. So there's a 9-page questionnaire there. But I'm going to weave throughout this whole talk. This is kind of pay attention. If you've got a piece of paper there and a pen, pay attention, because there's so many things going on. You just might be experiencing some really kind of the weird, the wacky, the metaphysical, the exciting, the curious, the what the heck. There's going to be so many things over the next few weeks that you can be experiencing that really invite you to kind of take a second look about how you understand how we see the world. So let me go ahead and get started. So the portal is opening, and the portal started opening just before the equinox, and then the equinox really activated this light portal that is opening. And every day I've been watching it, it's getting larger and larger and larger. Now, I'm a clairvoyant psychic. That means that I can see out into the world. I can see in other dimensions. But that doesn't mean that it's your truth. So you hear me say this all the time. Listen up. If it resonates with you, take it in, meditate on it. If it doesn't, push it aside. But I have been observing this portal getting larger. Here's the other thing. I'm seeing a lot of spiritual beings. There's spiritual beings coming through the portal. There's other spiritual beings that are kind of gathering. I'm beginning to see other dimensional timelines where they're kind of overlapping. So there's a lot going on in the spirit world that is definitely spilling over into our 3D realm. So this is the time to not get scared or nervous or anxious, but it's a time to be excited. It's kind of like going into a fun house. You've bought your ticket, you're ready to go, but you don't know what's going to happen once you go inside. And then you get to see the funny mirrors, and the sidewalk is tipping, and there's, you're going through a maze, but it's kind of exciting and exhilarating. And this time can be exactly that for you as well. And there are a lot of people that are getting really nervous. But here's the other thing. I just want to give all this to you up front. There isn't anything you're going to be able to do. There's nothing additional that you can do. There's nothing extra that you can do. Everything that you've been doing your entire life, everything that you've been doing spiritually, whether you're conscious of it or not, has helped you to arrive at this moment in time. So it's kind of like you've decorated the hall for the big party, and you sit down and you have a smoke, or you have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. It's like all the decorations done. Now you just get to wait for everyone to arrive to the party. But here's the thing. I know that some of you are really, your fear factors really triggered, and emotions are just pouring out of many of you as well. So we're going to do lots of things to try to help that settle down. Okay, the portal is opening. March 29th, 30th, and 31st marks an acceleration in the portal energy that began with the equinox. And this isn't my God, I'm so excited. Just pick up my telepathic thoughts, okay? I'm just going to send you my telepathic thoughts, which require telepathy has perfect pronunciation. Okay, This is not just any portal. This is a planetary size in scale portal. So can you imagine a portal so large that our entire Earth can pass through it? So if this is possible, imagine a dimensional field so large that the Earth itself is passing right through it. So I'm going to talk about portals and I'm going to talk about wormholes, and they are two different things. So a portal bends time and space, okay, causing potential distortions, jumps in time, moments where reality feels dreamlike or disjointed or complex. So there's, like I said, the fun house. It's like, whoa, what's happening here? So time, space, and your quantum brain, we're going to do a little brain work today with the pineal. It's going to be essential. So you don't have to believe that the Earth is passing through a major portal, but I do want you to know that being in the center of your head and being near your pineal is going to be a deal breaker for you. It's going to be really, really helpful. So you might feel like you're in one place and then suddenly it feels like you're in another place. There's a story that my mother told me where she was in her bedroom and she was like, okay, I got to make the bed. But she heads to the kitchen and decides to load the dishwasher. You know how it is. You load the dishwasher, you might get a cup of coffee, you're wiping down the counters, and now you're going to go back and make the bed. Well, she called me right afterwards because she went to the bedroom and the bed was made and she did not recall ever making the bed. So what happened? Did she shift into another time frame? Did she lose time and space? Did she actually make the bed? Or did the bed make itself in some other dimension? So these are the things, fortunately, she wasn't afraid. She was really curious. She had a good laugh about it. We both had a good laugh about it, like one of those really nervous laughs, like, what's happening? But these are the kinds of things you might be experiencing. So that's why I say pay attention. As we pass through this portal, we might experience a quantum brain activation, memory lapses, downloads, rapid awakening, or completely new perceptions of time. So let me just throw in here what a wormhole is, because often people want to know what a wormhole is. So a portal is it's a shift in time and space. It's a shift into another dimension. It's a shift into a potential parallel universe. We're the same Earth, we're the same humanity. You live in the same house or apartment, you drive the same car, you have the same job, but suddenly it's like there's like I don't even know what it's going to be like. I'm just trying to kind of pretend like I might know what it's going to be like. But I'm going to try to unpack this a little bit. But so I just want to assure you everything's going to be the same, but everything's not going to be the same. Okay. So what is a wormhole? A wormhole is a travel portal, a shortcut through time and space, often observed in UFO sightings. So a UFO may be in another galaxy, there's another civilization, another galaxy, and they just hop in that portal, wormhole, and just shoot over here to Earth, and they fly around and scare us a little bit and go back through the portal. And so I was thinking about um, uh, Star Trek, and what was it called? Warp Drive or something. So it's like, get ready for Warp Drive. So everybody's kind of gets buckled in and they're heading towards the opening of the wormhole. And then all of a sudden, remember on the show, they did quite a good job of it, showing it just really stretches. And it's just like, the Enterprise goes all the way to the other end where this planet's going to be, and then the back end catches up. All right, so that's a wormhole. From what I can see, we're not going through anything like that. So, if you've ever watched Skinwalker Ranch, it's a show about a particular ranch in Utah. It is considered probably one of the biggest hotbeds of UFO sightings in the world. So it's quite famous for that. But if you haven't watched the show, they will have several options. Excuse me. They will show several scientific studies where they took camera shots where they literally watched a UFO go through, and then all of a sudden it did not come out the other side. So it passed into the mouth, the opening of a wormhole, completely disappeared. And then they have seen them kind of appear. They've seen them pass through the mesa of solid rock and come out the other side. Are they passing through a wormhole? Are they passing through a portal? So, if nothing else, it's really kind of exciting to see what types of studies that they're doing. In Sasquatch sightings, so if you're new to my channel, you're just going to know I'm a big Sasquatch fan. I have never seen a Sasquatch. Do I want to see a Sasquatch? I'm still a little wiggly about that because I know I can manifest really well, and I'm not sure I want to manifest that. But there have been people who've described watching Sasquatch walk across the road and literally pass through something and no longer is there. So you're going to have all kinds of camps about what they believe, but is it passing through a portal? Is this why nobody can ever find them? Is it passing through a wormhole? Like, there's just so many questions, but it's like, pay attention, because that's kind of otherworldly conversation, but it's now becoming not so otherworldly. It has this potential to become our world, our reality. So I had an experience at Phenomicon. So I'm going to give you this example. So Phenomicon is a conference in Utah where they are talking about things like this and talking about UFOs. And so this will be my fourth year going. It's always in the first week of September. It's my fourth year going. Well, in this mesa above the ranch is owned by somebody else. And so my mother and I were at the top of the mesa, and it was nighttime, and they open it up so that you can potentially look up at the sky, and it's beautiful and it's bright. You could see the Milky Way. So here in Washington State, our skies are usually gray. So I'm tripping out in a great way on the gorgeous stars. So I'm clicking my camera, my little cell phone, iPhone, because you could pick up on lights that you might not be able to see. And my mother actually got a picture last year of a UFO. So that was quite exciting. But here's the thing. Later on that night, I'm flipping through my pictures, and I found a picture. It was glowing orange, and there was this orange light that came up through the ground and shot straight up. I don't know, wherever it shot straight up. Okay. I never saw that with the naked eye. All right. So then I got a hold of Eric, who's one of the engineers and leads all the techie science things. And I said, oh my gosh, look at this picture I picked up on my phone above the mesa. And he says, where was that picture taken? And I said, well, I was on top of the mesa that overlooks Skinwalker Ranch. And he said, no, that's not what I asked you. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to slow myself down. All right, ask me again. Where was the photograph taken? So then I said again, well, I was on, I'm trying to slow down now. I was on top of the mesa. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I'm taking a picture of this guy. And he goes, no, you're still not hearing me. So he must have said it several times. So he takes my phone. I don't know if you know that you can do this, but he takes my phone and you can click on the picture to get details underneath, and it gives you the coordinates of where the picture was taken. It was taken 3 miles away from where I was standing with my camera. How is that even possible? And that's what I said to him. That's not possible. And he goes, there's a lot of weird things happening around here that you would not think is possible. So this is what I'm talking about, where if I'm standing in a portal, there may not be time or space. Maybe I am standing 3 miles away and standing where I was at the same time. Okay. So time and space distortion likely caused by overlapping multi-dimensional energy fields. So what's happening right now for all of you who are feeling anxious, you're feeling tearful, you might be sobbing, your purge, I'm calling it the Great Purge. As the Earth moves through this massive portal, a frequency purge is occurring. So there's this particular energy, I call it transmedium energy. It's like a mucus. I don't know, it's kind of like thick, like a liquid plasma. And it can hold inflammation in the body, and it can hold trauma in the body. Well, currently, right now, as we are all talking, as you're on this call, you're already purging. You're purging this. It's like, the paste like you would have in school, or that clear paste to stick something onto it. Like, okay, let's say you're making a collage. This is a great example. You're making a collage. You've got the big piece of paper. You're cutting out little images. You get that little clear glue and you stick the different images on the paper. Okay, now imagine that's your aura. That clear, sticky stuff is called transmedium energy. And so it causes all of your memories to stick together. All right, so what's going to happen in this great purge? It's like the glue is dissolving. And so if the glue dissolves, those memories, those experiences, other people's energy in your aura, it has nothing to stick to, and it starts to shed. This is what's happening right now. So if you're feeling nauseated, if you're feeling like you have headaches, you've got achiness, know that you're experiencing a big purge, and that's exciting. It's exciting. It's like taking a postage stamp off the envelope without tearing it. That's been the pace we've been going up until now. But now it's like you can release sheets of postage stamps, sheets of old energy. Is that making sense? I'm hoping. Oh, let's see here. Oh, wow. Thank you all. Well, yes, children are experiencing this. Yes, trees are experiencing this. Yes, animals are experiencing this. Yes, the good, the bad, the ugly of humanity is all experiencing this as well. Okay, Cassandra, the rays of the sun and the moon and the stars have been expanding, and the light grid is golden. It is. Polly, I'm still waiting for that telepathy gift. You have it. It's just unconscious. Okay. Thank you, Mary, for telling me it makes perfect sense to you. Okay. Okay, this mucus plasma. Symptoms include joy, depression, energy spikes, fatigue, insomnia, sleeping deeply, body aches, food changes, love-hate extremes. I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I'm only laughing because I know what that's like. Mental health swings, because humanity's being retuned. You are coming online. So if your computer's been sleeping, it's coming online so that everything in your computer is available to you. And what's your computer? It's your entire energy field. It's your DNA field. It's It's the photonic lights being activated. It's the neutrinos that are coming through all the planets and passing through you, just picking up knowledge and sharing it all throughout the universe. All of that has happened before, but not at this level before. And most of us have been unconscious of all that incredible quantum light activity that's happening. Now you are becoming more conscious. So this is where you want to get your little book, get my little spiral notebook, and I'm going to say, oh, that was interesting. Oh, I just saw that person across the street and now they're not there. Just start writing these things down. Why? Because it's going to help your mind integrate some of these time-space warps. Okay. And so why did I say you can have all extremes? You can have all extremes, and it doesn't mean you are failing the test. It does not. If you're feeling hateful, it does not mean that you're not ready for the big shift on the 29th. I want to be very clear about that. Why? Because hate is not a spiritual concept. Hate is a human concept, or if you're feeling grumpy or you're depressed or you're anxious or you're happy or you're joyful, like all of that old stuff doesn't mean you're ready. You're just purging it. And when you're purging it, you're feeling it. It's like, oh, I'm feeling really grumpy today. So you're coming online. Okay. Seeing the truth. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And that's what's happening. There's going to be a lot of truths that are in your face. Have you ever heard that term? It's like, it's just like, it's so in my face that I can no longer ignore it. I can no longer deny that it's real. This is what's happening. Truth is in our face. And once you see truth, you can't unsee it. This purging reveals illusions you didn't even know were there, even about yourself, your family, your community, our global history. And often we're really good at seeing the illusions that we don't like very much about us. Most of the time we're really good at seeing those. We're not always so good about seeing just how and what an incredible, mighty force of powerful change is within you, that powerful light. So oh my goodness, I'm a pretty amazing person. Write that in your journal. Like, track these things that maybe have been unconscious and they're becoming online. Okay, the pyramids and the collapse of the old narratives. Okay, how many of you have been paying close attention to what someone said? They have this LiDAR that's connected to the satellites, and they did this scan around the pyramids of Giza and the whole plateau, which means the whole underground. So all you have to do is just put in Egyptian pyramids, and you're going to have more information there to read about than you probably even want to know. But I want to also add, this isn't proven, it isn't, some people are saying there's not 1 ounce of proof to that. And it's like, yeah, well, I don't know. It's pretty exciting, because what does it mean? It's showing like 3 to 6 kilometers deep underneath the pyramids are these chambers that have like these coils going down around them. And then, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 kilometers deep are other big rooms. So is it a power center? If this turns out to be true and they can confirm its truth, the truth that will be revealed is that the Egyptians did not build those pyramids, which some of you are going, well, I already knew all that. I already suspected that. That really validates what I thought. Or others of you are going to go, I'm going to have to sit with that one a minute. So the only reason why I knew about it is because so many of you were sending it to me. So This discovery of the pyramid chambers with rotating coils reaching kilometers down shifts everything that we have known to be true or we were taught was truth. So it's possibly not even built by humans. And if this is true, then all of history just changed in a nanosecond. And when I heard this, so I'm thinking about the political arena suddenly feels this big, and the global arena of Egyptian, what the heck just happened to what we believed is this big. It's like what has been hidden is being revealed. What has been hidden is being revealed. So then suddenly all this little news that's happening, the political banking or whatever, to me, it looks like little ants running around compared to we're just about ready to pass through this enormous portal. So light body activation. I'm going to be talking a lot about the light body activation in the weeks and months to come. But William Henry did a big teaching, I think it's on Gaia, about the robe of light. It's a biblical Egyptian galactic teaching that about the robe of light, the light that is within us that illuminates. There's ancient cultures on our earth that talk about that in their writings. And so you are wearing this robe of light right now through your DNA. Your DNA has all this photonic light around it, and you're being activated. Those truth according to Nancy, that the DNA that was kind of asleep is starting to open up. And it's like, okay, Nancy, you're ready for this information. You're ready for this information. So what I know is a truth for me, you could not have interested me in quantum physics. You couldn't have paid me enough to be interested. Why? Because I didn't think I was smart enough, and I thought it would be futile for me to even try to take this body of work and understand it. And I'm understanding it. So this is what my sense is going to happen for all of us. Okay, let's see here. Animals are really being affected. Fingerprints of the gods is really exciting information. Thank you, Sally. I'm not familiar with all that. Lots of crying jags, Kaya, because I'm hearing you are not the only one. All right, so this robe of light that William Henry talks about, and you can look up William Henry. He's an art historian, and he's often seen on Ancient Aliens, that show. So as transmedium energy clears, remember the glue, as that clears, your frequency goes up because you're shedding layers of old sticky stuff. The doors to your ancient knowledge begin to open, and the books you've never read yet somehow you understand, just like I was saying about the quantums. And this is not just spiritual. Okay, this isn't just spiritual. It is a neurobiological and energetic event. So you might look cute in that new suit or that new dress, and you might look cute in that car, or you may just be, get your new haircut and all that stuff. But when it comes down to truly who you are of pure light. And the information that I'm getting that I'm not talking about here, but I will be talking about over the next months, is I'm being told that our bodies are transformers, conduits. of light that takes in an enormous amount of light, like this conduit transforms it throughout our body, that our bodies are transformers. They're not the lowly worms that you may have been taught to believe, but that's for another talk. So I'm going to do a guided meditation, and I'm talking about it from that perspective. I call it the center of the head activation. Now, a lot of my students are already going to know what this is because this is something they learn right out the chute. You know, they learn immediately in the first month when they're working with me is about the center of the head. So I'm going to teach you this. I'm going to have you take your two fingers like this. And so this is the guided meditation for the center of the head activation, activating your pineal. All right, you're going to take these two fingers. You're going to take one finger and put it right in the middle of your forehead. And then you're going to take your other finger and go right at the top of your ear, but go up just, about an inch. And now close your eyes. We're just going to practice this because we're going to do it in the meditation. Close your eyes and pretend that there is a golden ray of light coming out each fingertip. And right where that golden light crosses in the center of your head, I want you to put your conscious attention there. And while you're putting your consciousness there, see if you can notice, did you rise up? Was your consciousness somewhere low in your body and you were rising up to be in the center of your head? Or were you somewhere high above and you are coming down? So it's not good or bad. It's just you noticing something about yourself. Okay. So let me just talk a minute about why this is vital. Because as I'm noticing the earth is going to pass through this very large portal, there's going to be a time-space shift. As a nurse, a retired nurse, I want to know what's going to happen to our physical bodies. How is your physical body going to integrate? So I've already told you all the different things you could feel. But what's happening is if your consciousness is down in your emotions, you'll start crying and you might not be able to stop. If your consciousness is down in your root chakra, your survival chakra, you may feel your adrenal glands constantly activated in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. So during this passageway into this higher frequency time-space continuum, it's going to be helpful for you to come back to your pineal over and over and over again. Okay. So let's just do a little meditation now, and then we're going to move to the center of your head, and I'll have you move out and then back in again so you can learn by contrast. Okay. Go ahead, close your eyes, turn within. Talk to your body for just a moment. This little meditation is going to be no more than 10 minutes. And just tune into your body and just reassure your body that yes, we're going through big changes over the next few days, the next weeks and months and years. But you always have your body's back, that you're going to be a great support for your human self going through the change as well. Nice. Now say hello to your higher self. So in the center of your head, your soul's light comes down into your head and your pineal illuminates, gets illuminated. But your higher self is above your head. That's where your higher wisdom and knowledge resides. So just say hello to your higher self and ask your higher self to help you ground to the center of the earth. So you can imagine a blue beam of light anchoring in to the earth's core. You can imagine a blue tree with roots. You can imagine blue fish. You can imagine blue butterflies, or you can imagine any color of imaginary grounding. And then go ahead and pretend that one end of the energy field connects around the hips and the other end connects at the center of the earth. Remind yourself of what today's date is, whether you're here live or you're paying attention in a replay, even 10 years from now. Remind yourself of what today's date is and set your intention. If I have any energy in the past, I'm calling it into the present with me. If I'm tripping out somewhere in the future, I'm going to come right back to where I am now in this present moment. And then remind yourself of your age. It's called present timing, present aging. Nice, nice. Now set your intention that anything that's ready to purge, so we're going to bring in this blue light, that it's going to start dissolving that sticky glue type energy. So let's go ahead and call into the room where you are to receive this large celestial blue frequency of light, and allow it to start flooding down through your auric field, through every cell of your body, and invite it to move to the core of your body, flowing through all your organs, your bones, your muscles, your nervous system, your skin, digestion. Just drink it in like you're just gulping down, whatever your favorite drink is. You're just going to soak it in. I can sense that many of you are really receiving it on the left side of your body, but it might be getting stuck on the right side. So just, if you're feeling that, guide it and say, okay, blue light, I need you to come down through the right side of my body as well. There you go. That's better. Now, gently bring your awareness to the center of your head. And remember, you can put your fingers there if that's helpful. I always kind of joke saying it's like a sign that says spirit, this way. It's like a pointer finger to let your spirit know where to go. In the center of your head is where you are the neutral observer. You can't judge or criticize from the center of your head. It's not possible. So allow your consciousness to be near your pineal, and what is that experience like for you? Were you somewhere high above and you needed to travel down to get to the center of your head, or were you somewhere in your lower chakras and you needed to take the elevator up to the center of your head? Just notice what you notice and sense what you sense. Now, move your consciousness to the lower part of your body. You can move it down into, let's just move it down into your third chakra, your solar plexus. Pretend that your consciousness is down in the solar plexus. Notice what you notice, sense what you sense. And if you want to travel a little lower, you can do that as well. I want you to get a sense about what does it feel lower in your body. Is it amplifying your survival? Is it amplifying your emotions? Is it amplifying your out of balance power? Is it visceral? And then move right on back up to the center of your head. And in contrast, what does that feel like for you? Come on up, 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 up. You can do it. There you go. Now float above just a little bit, 1 to 2 feet above your head. Just float up there a minute. Sense what that feels like when your consciousness is up there, up in your spiritual chakra. I can tell many of you really like that space. And then have your consciousness come back to the center of your head. And if you need to, no matter what day, what time, put your fingers there if that's helpful to help your spirit come back to the center of your head, your place of neutrality. Now, let's go ahead and allow this blue mist that's dissolving the transmedium sticky energy. Let's let it pass right through your field one more time, dissolving that sticky transmedium energy. It's going to drain down your grounding. We're going to do one more release. Wonderful. Wonderful. So you're always welcome to pause the recording if you want to stay there, continue to release, but just know you can repeat this meditation as often as you wish. When you're ready, go ahead and move your body around and open your eyes, look around the room, and post in the comments section, either now or after we finish our call, what that experience was like for you. You are clearing distortion. You are anchoring clarity. You are activating your robe of light. You are coming online. You are whole. You are here. And the earth is ready. So let me just finish up. So what are the action steps? I'm excited to be a human here on earth at this time. If it's really true that the earth is truly passing through a time-space portal that's going to raise the frequency of our entire earth into a new earth, another dimension that's more comfortable for us, a new dimension that will allow us to be all that we know that we're capable of being. If that's true, then I'm going to go for it. And what Spirit is saying is when the frequency really rises on the other side of the portal, you may find yourself floating. And if you're floating a lot, there's nothing wrong with that because your body's needing to integrate. But imagine, you could trip easily, there could be car accidents, don't run with sharp knives. Like you could be clumsy, a little clumsy. I don't know. I'm kind of projecting a little bit, but take all that into consideration and just pace yourself over these next couple of weeks. And then next week is where we enter the crystallization. So I'll lead you through another meditation then where these higher frequencies are being crystallized into the 3D realm, into reality, or as Pam Gregory says, anchoring our dreams into reality. Don't forget the link to join our event as a group because we're always stronger together than we ever were apart. A spirit massage. I love it. All right, everyone. I will enjoy reading your comments. Thanks so much. We broke a record. We broke a record here live, had 711 today on live. I don't think I've ever broken 400 before. So I'm jumping right in that river of life with you all. And I'm super excited too. So let's get this done. All right. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.